Welcome to today's deep dive.
Hmm.
We are looking at, a patch of ocean that has pretty much haunted sailors for centuries, the Bermuda Triangle.
Hmm.
And to get started, let's go right to December 5, 1945. 5 Navy bombers, Flight 19, they just vanished without a trace.
Yeah, and not just them, the rescue plane too, right?
Exactly. 30 minutes later, a massive rescue plane goes after them, and it completely disappears too.
Mm.
27 men, just gone. Not a single oil slick, not one life vest left behind.
It's wild.
Right. And since you all probably already know the basic geography and the lore, we are skipping the basic ghost stories today to figure out how massive military machines can literally just, evaporate.
Well, the total lack of physical evidence is really what drives the obsession here. I mean, when there's no hull to inspect, human imagination just kind of rushes in to fill that void.
Oh, for sure.
Like we saw this way back in 1918 with the USS Cyclops. That was an enormous vessel carrying over 300 people and thousands of tons of cargo, just swallowed whole.
Right. And to this day, that is still the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. naval history.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's the physics of the vanishing that gets me.
Yeah, the physics.
Because, a massive steel ship sinking is one thing, but leaving zero debris, it is like trying to dissolve a skyscraper and leaving absolutely no dust.
It really is.
And that is exactly what opens the door in the sources we're looking at to the wild theories, like Atlantis energy crystals, alien portals, all that sci-fi stuff.
Well, when people don't understand the environment, they invent monsters. I mean, it's human nature. But if we actually look at the raw data, the first real culprit is just pure statistics.
Oh, because of the ship traffic.
Right. The Triangle is one of the world's most congested shipping routes. A higher volume of traffic inevitably means you're going to get a higher rate of accidents, especially when you factor in the volatile tropical weather.
Right. The storms out there are notoriously bad.
Exactly. I mean, a perfectly calm morning can spawn a violent microburst with almost zero warning.
Okay, I buy a sudden storm sinking a boat.
Oh.
But, we're back to the debris problem, right? Like, if a storm rips a ship apart, things float. Where does it all go?
Well, that is where we really have to factor in the Gulf Stream. It is this incredibly powerful ocean current that just tears directly through this specific region.
So it's essentially a massive underwater atmospheric river.
Spot on, yeah. So if a plane hits the water, the crash site isn't static.
Because the water is constantly moving.
Exactly. By the time search teams get to the last known coordinates, the actual wreckage is already miles away, moving at several knots.
Wow. It's like trying to find a dropped set of keys on a moving freight train.
That is exactly how the search grids fail. And speaking of getting lost, we really need to talk about the compass failures.
Oh, right, because the pilot of Flight 19 explicitly reported compass failure over the radio.
Yes, he did. And the legend says compasses go crazy in the triangle, but the actual science is far more subtle and honestly more dangerous.
Yeah, let's fix this misconception. Because the sources bring up the agonic line, right? Which historically passed right through the triangle.
Right, the agonic line.
Which is this rare zone where true north and magnetic north actually align. But wait, if they align, the compass is completely accurate. It's pointing exactly where you want to go. So why is that a hazard?
Well, it comes down to human habit. You have to remember, before GPS, navigators were drilled to constantly calculate magnetic declination.
Right, doing the math in their heads.
Yeah, they had to mathematically add or subtract degrees to fix the difference between magnetic and true north. So if they flew into the agonic line and applied their usual correction out of sheer muscle memory.
Oh, I see. They're actively steering themselves off course.
Exactly.
They are fixing a problem that doesn't actually exist in that specific spot, which creates a massive geographic error.
Precisely. And a 5-degree overcorrection compounded over, hundreds of miles, that means you run out of fuel over the open ocean instead of hitting the Florida coast.
That makes so much more sense. Okay, but I want to challenge one of the more, let's say, exotic scientific theories from our stack today.
Oh, I think I know which one you mean.
Yeah, because honestly, giant methane bubbles sinking ships sounds just as absurd as the sea monsters to me.
It does. It sounds completely like a sci-fi movie, but the fluid dynamics of it are entirely real.
Wait, real?
Yeah. So beneath the seafloor, you have these huge pockets of trapped methane gas. And if a tectonic shift releases that gas, it just rushes straight to the surface.
Okay, let me think through the physics here. It's not the physical bubble itself tipping the ship over, right? It's about density.
Right. Density is the key.
The water basically turns into a frothy mixture of salt water and gas. And since gas is less dense than water, The overall density of the ocean right under the ship just plummets.
Exactly. Ships float because they displace their own weight in water. But if the water suddenly becomes a foam of methane, the ship literally can't displace enough mass to maintain its buoyancy.
So it just drops.
It instantly drops straight down.
Wow, it's like trying to float a bowling ball in a tub of bubble bath.
That's actually a great analogy.
But looking at the case files for, like, the Cyclops or Flight 19, there's zero geological evidence that a methane blowout actually happened during those events.
Yeah, that's the catch. It's a proven lab experiment, absolutely, but it lacks real-world evidence for these specific disappearances.
Which I guess brings us to the uncomfortable truth.
Yeah. I mean, science, volatile weather, the Gulf Stream, and human error, they explain almost everything.
Almost everything.
Right. Yet, cases like the Cyclops remain officially unsolved. We desperately want a supernatural explanation, but the real threat is just the unforgiving reality of the open ocean.
It really grounds you. I mean, if the deep Atlantic can swallow massive 20th century military fleets without leaving a single trace, it makes you wonder, what other colossal things like ancient civilizations, forgotten shipwrecks, unrecorded history are sitting in the dark right now, completely hidden by the water, just waiting for you to find them?